Hi there. Check out this clip taken from my latest conversation with Deb Fillman on the Engineering Politics podcast number 41 titled Teachers Unions Exposed. You can get the full episode on my YouTube channel, or even better yet, by subscribing to my Locals community at engineeringpolitics.locals.com. And while you're on Locals, joining all of these wonderful communities made by independent creators, make sure to join Deb's Locals community at thereasonwelearn.locals.com. All right, let's get to what you came for. Cue the music.
So what do we know? What's going on lately with the teachers union, Kevin?
Yeah, I mean, I think you and I have dove into unions and just their general applicability before, but then there's the idea of a private sector union and there's the idea of a public sector union and how those are inherently different and how we should treat and look at them differently. But the case has just grown in the last week because the two major teachers unions in America have both come out, and that's the American Federation of Teachers, AFT, and the National Education Association, NEA, are showing strong support for critical race theory and anti-racism.
Wait, Kevin. We're not. No, critical race theory is not a thing. They're not doing it in schools. What's to support? I'm confused.
What happened in the last month or so where they actually kind of came out and prior to a month, they're like, this doesn't exist. I don't know where you're finding this stuff. These books written by all these academics, they don't exist. We don't think. They're not being sold all over Amazon, now being pushed. I just got another email because I subscribe to Audible. And they have a 2-for-1 deal, and one of them is Robin DiAngelo's White Fragility.
Oh, but that's not critical race theory. That's this other thing.
Well, it's not. So something I do want to get in with you later is the difference between anti-racism and CRT, because I think there actually is a difference there, and it's an important distinction. But I think we'll get through it naturally here. But both of them come out and show the support for CRT and anti-racism in schools, and by schools. Although another comment I'll get to later by Randi Weingarten, in these schools, we're not talking about universities. We're talking about high schools, grade schools, very, very young education.
Yep.
You and I have both seen the books, the way they push this propaganda through picture books now, the way they push the propaganda through, Blue's Clues and children's shows and Sesame Street and all this stuff. It's already being pushed.
Netflix has a new one, We the People.
Yeah, it's being pushed by every institution. It was already under the radar, unofficially being pushed by public schools, but now it's just officially. Now they've come out in the last week. It's official. CRT is magically a thing now. It went from not existing to being around for decades.
So how dare you not let us teach it?
Yeah, and so now they're just out in the open. So the AFT president Randi Weingarten said, when defending against teachers who are going to teach this, even in several states that have already banned it, and several more states that are on their way to banning it, she said, "Mark my words, our union will defend any member who gets in trouble for teaching honest history." That's how they brand it, right? Honest history. What was it like during the debate? It was diversity training or something like that when Trump cited
sensitivity
CRT. Sensitivity training. Even worse. So
the funny thing is, it's actually true. We want to teach you to be hypersensitive to every little perceived insult. Anyway, continue.
Well, sensitive to the stuff we deem that you should be sensitive toward. Because what happens to the conservative group is I'm sensitive that you're teaching my kid this stuff. That sensitivity doesn't count. But
that's your fragility talking.
Oh, of course. Yeah, we'll do that the next episode, I'm sure. So what she's doing here is they are pledging the AFTs to add another $2.5 million to an already existing legal defense fund for teachers who break the law teaching CRT. This, as we just talked about before, this is like a police union saying, no, we're going to beat people if they look suspicious because, it's the law that we can't do that, but let's just build a legal defense fund and, get out of it. That is what the teachers unions are doing.
Yeah.
That's insane. That is absolutely insane. You should go to your school board and be like, you cannot teach this stuff. This is, especially if it's in your state that you're pushing.
If you got time to kill, I'd spend that time personally figuring out homeschool, but that's me. I'm a weirdo that way.